Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of the SMU Death Penalty Dynasty on NCAA Football 2006. This is James coming back at you with some more commentary. We are 3-0 and the number 4-0 and the number one team in the country. We just beat number 3 Nebraska and Lincoln, and we moved up to number 1 in the media. I believe we're still number 2 in the coaches. Florida State is still ahead of us there, but we are number 1. And we're in a conference, but that's going to mean a lot. This is the first time we've been number 1 in the country, and we're going to Lubbock, Texas. Texas Tech is 2-1 on the season. They were a team that early on in this dynasty we played on the road and pulled off an upset. We have not played them a ton. We have tried to emulate the former Texas Tech and the way they throw the football. We have something to prove today. We are playing a Big 12 South team. This is one of the teams that we rotate with. Texas Tech, Texas, and Oklahoma are every 2 years, and then we flip it to Oklahoma State, Baylor, and Texas A&M. And this is the first year. The Texas-Oklahoma Texas Tech gauntlet is way harder than the other one, at least at this point in time. So Texas Tech is the weaker of the three. They got beautiful uniforms. We're on the road. We played here before. We've won here before. So let's see if we can get another win here and continue what is already shaping up to be a very interesting season and a very fun season. But we've got work to do. This is another road game. We start the conference play with 2 road games. This is another test. We get a 3-and-out. Clark shotgun fires left and is immediately intercepted. I feel like that happens quite a bit here. Gerard Barbour does pick off the pass. The strong safety, he immediately gets hurt. He's going to miss some time. I believe he's going to miss 12 weeks. So he made one play, and he dipped. He's gone. Texas Tech is in the red zone. They run the option. Handoff to the fullback on the trap. Up the middle, and Davis gets inside the 5-yard line. So Texas Tech right on the doorstep. Big-time goal line. Davis gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas Tech. The pistols are firing here for the Red Raiders. It is an early 7-0 lead for the Red Raiders here at home. This is a trap game. If this is a letdown after Nebraska, we do have Texas next week. Maybe this is it. Clark's going to roll left. He's going to fire, and that's going to find Casimir Walker, who drops it. 2nd and 10 under center. We run option left. The running back doesn't come with, but Clark says, that's okay. I got space, and he picks up about 7. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Shotgun Clark got a little man coverage. Hart got the edge. Got a first down right in front of the coach there. It's all right. McGuire, I believe that's Joey McGuire, is the head coach for Texas Tech here. We take a deep shot to Michael Chisholm, who brings it down, and we get a big-time play to get into Texas Tech side of the field here. Shotgun, Clark, right hash, rolls left, fires, going to throw underneath the Casimir Walker, who makes a nice catch. Doesn't pick up a lot, picks up about 2 or 3, 2nd and 7. Shotgun left hash, Clark rolls right, surveys, fires deep to Casimir Walker, who brings it inside the 5. There's Laundry on the field. This one's coming back, holding on. That's where Armandus buckles again. So instead of a big-time play, it's 2nd and 17. Clark rolls right, surveys, fires for more, and he just overthrew him. He had his man and just missed. 3rd and long on the fringe of field goal range. Clark surveys, looks deep to Michael Chisholm again. Oh, baby, Michael Chisholm showing it off, beats the safety. Touchdown, SMU Mustangs. He got one-on-one coverage with the safety. Chisholm's a leaper. Too much size, too much height, too many ups. Not even a good-looking ball, but Chisholm, good enough. That's an excellent-looking play there and exactly what we're looking for, trying to get our big wide receivers isolated. 7-7. They're going to hand off to Wilson out of the shotgun, who goes right but cuts left, spin move, and picks up a nice gain there. Picks up about 13. So we're going to go 1st and 10 at their own 38. Texas A&M over the middle, finds Edwards, spins off a man, and he is loose. Across the 30, 20, 15, 10-5. Sisk does not have the speed. Touchdown, Texas A&M, touchdown, Red Raiders. Pistols firing, 14-7. Just a simple drag over the middle. 2 guys miss. He spins off a tackle, and our safeties, they're talented, but they do not have the speed to deal with wide receivers, and you see it there. That's a touchdown, 14-7. We got to go back to work, and we do go back to work. Joshua Moore, big-time play, 24 yards. Just gets a little bit of an edge here. We're able to find a soft spot. We're able to pick up a nice gain. That's one of our staples, 24 yards. 1st and 10 at our own 45. Shotgun Clark rolls left, surveys, fires to Moore, and he's not able to haul that one in. That's another drop. 2nd and 10 at our own 45. Clark shotgun rolls right, surveys. He's going to go deep, and he has got the turf. Drayton Anderson tries to make that play and tries to make his face known. Not yet. 3rd and 10. Fires to the right. Michael Chisholm has some space. picks up about half of it. It's going to bring up about 4th and 4. We're going to go for it. We're going to fire over the middle to Casimir Walker, who brings that in. Like being on the right hash on 4th down. That's kind of our go for it range. Clark surveys, fires deep, and he cannot find Drayton Anderson. So that's 2 deep shots to Drayton Anderson. Roll for 2. 2nd and 10 at the 42. Clark fires over the middle, and once again, Drayton Anderson is not able to come up with the goods there. So 3rd and 10. Clark under center, fires left, is looking for Joshua Moore, who's able to haul that in. Picks up almost all of it. They're celebrating because it is 4th and 1. We are short, but we are going to go. We get man coverage, and we got Xavier Hart wide open in the flat, across the 20, 15, and gets out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Big time pick up there. Option left. Eric Clark decides to do it himself because the running back didn't come with. Picks up a couple. 2nd and 8. Shotgun. Clark surveys. Fires to the right. Has Joshua Moore. I think that may have gotten deflected back to him. Touchdown. SMU Mustangs. It looked like this was overthrown. Josh Moore is able to bring that in. Contested catch and bring it back into the field of play and bring it into the end zone. You gotta love it. Great play by Joshua Moore and ties this bad boy up. 1st and 10, Texas Tech, at their own 24. That's incomplete over the middle. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Option right. Graham's loose. Pitches it late. That was a mistake and got away with it. Edwards scoops it up. But we do go into the second quarter tied at 14. Interesting end of the half there. Almost a disaster for Texas A&M. Instead, they get the ball back in a nice gain. Wilson's able to cut the edge. He's able to pick up the 1st down. 3 carries, 21 yards early here for Wilson. 1st and 10. Wilson straight up the gut, across the 50. Good-looking hole, good-looking run. The crowd's excited. You see the pistols up in the air. They're fired up. Their offenses look pretty good so far. Shotgun. Graham surveys. He's going to tuck it himself and is tripped up. That's a big-time tackle by Nigel Barnes. They're going to call it a sack. If he does not make this play, there's nobody else out here. And Graham had tons of space. So that's a big-time play. 2nd and 10. They're going to go play action, roll right. Fires, is able to find Barnes, who breaks a couple of tackles, breaks all of them. 10-5, high step in, touchdown, Texas Tech Red Raiders. Pistols firing, 49-yard touchdown. Little play action to the right. We're not able to make the play, and then once he got the ball, you have 3 white shirts on the ground. Pretty poor effort. But that's okay. 21-14 Texas Tech. Anderson takes the kickoff, has a seam, and he is loose. Across midfield, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10-5, touchdown. Drayton Anderson, kickoff return touchdown. And just like that, we are back tied up at 21. Texas Tech goes back to work, fires for a 1st down. They go I formation, go back to Wilson on the ground, finds another seam, finds another big gain. He's averaging almost 10 a carry right now, and they're right on the doorstep in midfield. Again, pistols firing. I formation, handoff to Wilson, spins off a tackle, gets upfield, and picks up another huge chunk of yards. They have looked fantastic on the ground so far. Under center option, pitch it off to Wilson, who gets across the 30-yard line. Nice chunk of yardage, 2nd and 4. Graham, play action. Nope, he hands it off to Wilson. That one we bottle up. Great job by Xavier Franklin and company holding that to no gain. 3rd and 4. They're going to go Wilson. Wilson's going to pitch it off late to the fullback Davis, who gets about half of it. 4th and 4. They're going to settle up for a 44-yard field goal, and they bang it through. That one is true. Kick up and good. Texas Tech takes the lead back, 24-21. We get back to work. Shotgun, rolls right, pivots, rolls left. Clark surveys, throws the ball deep, and finds Michael Chisholm. A little bit of improvisation. Chisholm is all big catches. 4 catches for 116 yards. That one in double coverage. He's feeling it, folks. Let's see if he can keep doing it. Clark, shotgun, surveys, fires deep, and he's got Michael Chisholm again. He's on fire. Another big-time game. Chisholm for a big chunk, Chisholm for a big chunk, and just like that, we are inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for 3. Shotgun. Clark looks, throws the screen, gets it out to Joshua Moore, who loses a decent amount of yards there, unfortunately. 2nd and goal at the 7. We go under center, we fire, and we find, guess who? Michael Chisholm. It was his drive, 3 catches, had all the yards, and a touchdown. Touchdown, Michael Chisholm. We hit him early on the drag on the right side, found a little bit of space, and survives the hit. 28-24, we take our first lead of the game. Nice play by Michael Chisholm. We kick off here, 1:30 left in the first half here after taking our first lead. Edwards, he takes the kickoff, jukes left, Where'd everybody go? Great block, spin move. There's nobody left across midfield. 30, 20, 15, 10-5. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Each team has a kickoff return for a touchdown in the second quarter. Our lead lasted for 7 seconds. 31-28 Texas Tech. We go right back to the man. Michael Chisholm is having a huge first half. Gets another chunk play down the field. Trying to fill that void of Trey Caraway. Michael Chisholm is having a ball game. We've already got 285 passing yards here in the first half. Clark rolls right, fires deep, overthrows Drayton Anderson again. So it's 2nd and 10 at the Texas Tech 42. Under center, we fire to the right, find Michael Chisholm. There's that man again. Picks up about 5. The clock is running. Under center, we fire to the left, and that one's dropped. That would have been a tough catch. That was in a window. We go for it on 4th and 5. Clark rolls left, surveys, looks. Is he able to get the edge? He does. Needed 5, got 6. First down. Clock stops there. Clark, shotgun, rolls right, surveys, fires. He's going for Joshua Moore, and he overthrows him. He had his man, was not able to hit it. 2nd and 10. Clark surveys, fires to the right, looks for Josh Moore. He catches it, but he did not get a foot in bounds. So we fire to the right here. You can see the clock, 3, 2, 1, and we step out of bounds. Could we have gotten to the end zone? Maybe. Decided not to chance it. Step out of bounds, take a Brent Zuzo field goal, and tie this game up at 31 at halftime. So a hotly contested first half, not a lot of defense. We've had a good one so far here in Lubbock, Texas. We get the ball to start the half. We find man coverage and find Xavier Hart in the flat, 30, 35, and gets out of bounds at the 40-yard line. We're right back to work here. Clark, shotgun. Surveys. He's going for everything down the right seam. Michael Chisholm. Let him know he is having a huge game. Goes right back to work. 60-yard touchdown catch for Michael Chisholm. We find him in man coverage. He beats the safety. And man, Michael Chisholm is absolutely showing out here. The way he ended the second quarter and the way he's starting the third quarter, he is a man on a mission. 38-31 SMU Mustangs. We take a 7-point lead. 20 seconds into the first half. Graham, shotgun for Texas Tech. Surveys, fires left, has Jackson, his fellow impact player. He picks up a decent chunk there. Picks up about 7. I formation. Graham, play action, surveys, fires to the right to Davis. The fullback pulls it in and is able to pick up the first down. Nice play for Texas Tech there. That's going to reset. 1st and 10 at their own 35. Shotgun option. Pitches off to Wilson, who cuts it back and picks up a nice chunk of yardage there. He's having a great day, Adam Wilson. Picks up 9. 2nd and 1. Ace, double tight. Wilson up the gut. Picks up a nice gain again. He's averaging 9 yards a carry, 10 carries, 90 yards. He's formation, tight end, play action. Over the middle, Xavier Franklin reads it like a book. That is a user interception. We saw the play action. We saw the wide receiver drag. They burned us on it earlier in the game. Xavier Franklin, our impact player, was not fooled this time. Great job stepping in front of that throw. We flipped the tide here. Texas Tech had something going on offense. That's a great way to end it. We get the ball back. Clark surveys, rolls left, fires, and that one is overthrown to everybody. Out of bounds. 2nd and 10 at our own 43 under center. Clark surveys, fires left, has Joshua Moore. He keeps running. He picks up a nice chunky yardage there over the middle. Picks up 9.5. 3rd and inches. We run the ball. Jakari Brown's not picking that up. Our offensive line does not get the job done there. They're showing the push-ups. They're strong. We fire over the middle on 4th and inches. We pick it up. Casimir Walker, sure-handed, gets us a fresh set of downs on the Texas Tech 41. Shotgun. Clark rolls left, fires to Casimir Walker, who has space. The defender falls down, and he gets all the way down to the 22. Eric Clark having another huge day. Clark, shotgun, fires right. Oh, overthrows everybody. But there is laundry on the field. There's a flag on the play. It's going to be holding on the on the SMU Mustangs. That one's going to be on Dakota Johnson. And now we're 1st and 20 at the 32. We immediately get pressure. We're able to escape it and throw the ball away instead of taking a smack. Heady play by Eric Clark there. 2nd and 20 at the 32. Clark, shotgun, surveys, fires deep to you-know-who. Michael Chisholm pulls it down again. They've got to get a second man on him. Touchdown, Michael Chisholm. Touchdown, SMU Mustangs. This one from 32 yards out. 2nd and 20, no problem. Michael Chisholm having a field day out there against the safety and has yet another touchdown. He is putting up a huge day. Everything's been big down the field. 45-31. We go up by 2 scores. Wilson On the ground again, continues where he left off, picks up about 5. They're going to go shotgun here, double running back. They're going to run the option again. The Graham pitches it off to the fullback. Davis breaks a tackle, cuts back upfield, picks up a decent chunk of yardage. Texas Tech showing off the goods on the ground here. Play action, Graham fires left. Did Jackson get a foot down? We're going to find out he did. Picks up about 4. I formation, tight end Wilson up the gut. It's been working all game, but he coughs it up. Raheem Scott's there to scoop it up. Wilson had been killing us up the gut. It was another nice run. It looked like a pretty rudimentary tackle, and the ball popped out. And Raheem Scott is Johnny on the spot. Big time momentum shift. Another drive for Texas Tech where they get across midfield, and another drive that ends up with 0 points. That one hurts because Wilson had another first down and another nice gain. But instead of them maybe cutting this down to a score, we get the ball right back with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Clark shotgun right hash, rolls right, fires deep. If it's working, just go to him again. 10 and Chisholm all the way down to the 6. Look at this stat line. 11 catches, 347 yards for Michael Chisholm. They cannot guard him. The other receivers are doing what they can, but Michael Chisholm is having a coming out party right now. Far and away his best game of his career. Go back to him, get him the touchdown he so richly deserves. Touchdown Michael Chisholm, touchdown SMU Mustangs, his 12th catch of the game, and that gets him up to 353 receiving yards. An absolutely monster performance by Michael Chisholm in this offense. It is 52-31. This is so far been a pretty one-sided third quarter. They go pitch to Wilson, who tries to spin back upfield. We're able to take the edge away. He doesn't pick up anything. In fact, he loses a yard. Graham under center, rolls, tries to scramble, and scrambles directly into 2 defenders there. Coyote Brown is all over that play. Have not heard his name much today, but he gets a gift right here. Thank you very much, Mr. Graham. That's going to bring up another 3rd and long. Texas Tech needs something to happen here. Graham under center, fires over the middle, does make something happen, finds Jackson for a big chunk of yardage, and that's going to give him a fresh set of downs here at their own 36. Double running back, Graham runs the option. It might just be a keeper. He's got acres of space. Almost breaks that final tackle, gets across midfield again. Nice run. 10 seconds left third quarter. They're going to hand it off to Wilson. Doesn't find anything there. So that brings to an end a very inauspicious quarter for the Red Raiders. What was tied at halftime is now a 21-point SMU lead. Graham fires over the middle, has Johnson, gets across the 35. So Texas Tech has not been struggling offensively, but the turnovers have killed them. They go over the middle again. It's Jones again. It's a nice chunk of yardage again. 2nd and 2, I formation, tight end set. Graham play action, fires left. Lucky to get rid of that one. The pressure was hot and heavy there. 3rd and 2, same formation, I formation. Option left. We've got this one bottled up. We force the pitch. Wilson's not able to go anywhere. We read that play like a book. 4th and 3. They need it here. Graham fires deep. Intercepted. Chris Barrett comes up with it. They try to fire over the DB, and the DB says, no, I know that play. Picks it off, runs with it in stride, and instead of a conversion, it's our ball again. Clark surveys, fires to the right. That one's going to be dropped by Drayton Anderson. We've not able to make that connection happen so far. We find coverage here. We find the man coverage, but they read that one too. And that's an incomplete pass. Going to bring up 3rd and 10. Clark, shotgun surveys, rolls left. Guess where he's going? It's Michael Chisholm again. Another big-time catch, this one for about 20. Gets us out of dodge, gets us out of the shadow of our own goal line. It's a pickup and a first down. Clark shotgun rolls right, fires deep to Joshua Moore, trying to get somebody else involved. Spin move. Defender not able to immediately make the tackle, but Moore is able to get down across the 35-yard line. We've just been going after these safeties. They have had a rough time. So we are on the Texas Tech 33. Shotgun Clark rolls left, has Moore in stride, spin move, gets across the 20-yard line into the red zone. Another nice gain for Joshua Moore. You can see the clock's running, so we're doing a great job of not only moving the football, but running the clock here until Chisholm makes his one mistake. You know what, man? It's probably fine. It's probably going to be okay. That one's deflected and intercepted, unfortunately. We got a little bit greedy. We fired into the coverage there. We thought, hey, it's been working all game. Why not again? This time it doesn't work out. This ball is deflected up in the air and intercepted. It was a target to Michael Chisholm. It was a little bit underthrown. I wanted that ball more towards the pylon. Instead, it got kind of thrown inside. and bad things happen, which is what usually happens if you underthrow the ball in this game. 2nd and 10 for Texas Tech. They got a little bit of life here. Graham fires over the middle. Back-to-back passes that probably could have been intercepted if we're honest. 3rd and 10 is zone 20. Graham shotgun looks, surveys, and gets hit as he throws the football, and that is a very quick 3 downs. They're going to go for it on 4th and 10. They got to have it. Graham scrambling, looking for some room. Raheem's puts an end to that. That's going to count as a sack. That is going to put an end to that drive and probably any hopes that Texas Tech had of getting back into this football game. Great pursuit by Raheem Scott. That's why he plays. We tack on a field goal on that drive, and we run out the clock. 55-31 is your final here after a very weird first half. A lot of breakdowns defensively. We took over the second half. We outscored them 24-0 in the second frame. A couple of big plays. Michael Chisholm is obviously the star of this football game today. Had an absolutely monster day. We'll get into the stats. And the defense buckled down a little bit. They had some issues, especially against the running game and Adam Wilson and a mobile quarterback and Graham. But in the second half, they came up with a couple of big-time turnovers and really flipped the tide of this game. You can see we had over 600 yards of offense, only 19 of it rushing, 586 passing yards for Eric Clark today. Huge game. So, yeah, he's looking the part here. I think our only trip to the red zone that didn't score is that interception that we showed, 2 turnovers to 3. Now, of course, the kick return yards for both teams were massive. Graham, 9 for 21. Wilson was their best player, 15 carries, 102 yards. They did have the kick return by Terrell Edwards. Eric Clark, 200 passer rating, 31 for 48, 586, 6 touchdowns, 2 picks. So big-time day for him. Did not run the football well. Look at that line. 14 catches, 378 yards, and 5 touchdowns for Michael Chisholm. This is the greatest game of his career. Far and away, you can see the drop numbers are pretty substantial. We had 8 drops as a team. That's a lot. Michael Chisholm, though, he was the man today. We needed someone to step up. Been looking for it, especially with Trey Caraway going down, and he came up with the goods. So very impressive performance by Chisholm. Another road win, so we got back-to-back road wins. Next week, we have Texas at home. Another big-time Big 12 South opponent. We'll be number 1 in the country in 5-0. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time. Take care.